Hello everyone, this is Justin Lewis. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're a new person, you can just go and subscribe my channel to get more updates from myself. Today we are going to discuss something related to IELTS speaking, how you can improve your scores in IELTS speaking, and how you can reach the score of 9 out of 9. As we all know that IELTS speaking is one of the toughest subjects for people those who are looking for IELTS exam, and they always complain about they can't reach the score of IELTS 9. And we're going to discuss why or why not. Alright? So we know that IELTS exam speaking exam usually conducts for 11 to 14 minutes test containing 3 parts. Part 1, Part 2, Part 3. Part 1, as we all know, that 4 to 5 minutes, that's an introduction topic. Usually the examiner asks the questions related to you, you have to answer all the questions, and that is a very important and it's key to success. The introductory part, it's very important because it's the starting of the exam. You have to perform really well in this part. How are you going to give the answer in this part 1 that we are going to discuss first? People usually have different ideas how you're going to give the answer in the first part actually. So according to me, I do say that's an elaboration part. You have to give the answer by explaining it. Don't give like a yes or no answers in the first part. Very important. So it's kind of a progression session, I would say, like that, because there are different types of questions coming in the part 1 session these days. Before, we can't expect like same genres of questions in the part 1 at all. So they might ask, for example, where do you live, where do you come from, those questions, and suddenly jumps into what's your favorite color. So kind of jumping off the different types of questions in the part 1 itself. So you have to be very careful. There are a lot of chances of asking different genres of questions in the first part itself. So you have to be ready for that. When you're giving the answers, please do not give the answers like yes or no. You have to give a little bit of explanation while you're giving your answers. And more importantly, when you're giving answers, just don't give the explanation in the starting itself. Give the answer straight away. If they're asking for the color, what's your favorite color? My favorite color is yellow. Then give the explanation. So people do have tendency to add a lot of kind of introduction in the beginning, and they will say like the answer in the second. Don't give the answer in that way. Always give answer in the first portion itself. Then if you would like to go for kind of elaboration or explanation, you can go later. That's very important actually. So do not give any kind of yes or no answers in the first part. Logical progression is kind of a very important point in the first part. As I said earlier, there is chances of jumping the questions, different genres of questions in this part. Do not get confused why they're asking those kind of questions. So that's the way they're assessing your language. They can be jumped from one part of the other part, size of the questions, and so you get confused in that. So don't have to worry about that. Just give the answer if you know the answer clearly. Okay? If you have any doubts about any of those questions, you can ask the examiner to clarify the question really well. So don't give the wrong answers. Instead of giving wrong answers, you can clarify the question from the examiner, then give your answers. That will help you to get a better score. So remember all these little points. And sometimes we feel that some of the questions are very irrelevant. There are questions they're asking like into a personal questions they're asking, and don't worry about that. Actually, it's just a speaking test assessing your speaking skills and speaking abilities. So don't worry about the question what they ask. Actually, just give the answer if you know the answer clearly. All right. Then part 2. When it comes to part 2, as we all know that there is a cue card topic. They will give you a question based on that. We can expect 3 or 4 dot questions or sub questions. That is also very important. You will get 1 minute to prepare yourself, as we all know that you can get a pen and paper or a erasable notepad to write down something or work on it and start speaking. So make use of it according to me. What I suggest is actually if you would like to write something, just write a very points in a very small portrait, because you don't have enough time to write a lot of stuff while you're doing the speaking test. If you like to write something, just write the starting of the questions. That'll be a good choice, that you can just look at the paper and just go back to the questions and give the answer straight away rather than writing a lot of words and confusing words and things like that. So anyway, it's only 1 minute. You don't have a lot of time to think about the questions and the points. And one thing we have to remember while you're giving the QCAT answer, read the questions very, very carefully, what they're correctly asking. And there's a chronology in the part 2 questions, like first question, second question, third question. So you have to give the answer accordingly. Very, very important. Don't jumble with all the questions and all. It's very important. So give the answers chronologically. That's very important. And one more thing, people do have the tendency of skipping and going very fast with the questions. You all know that, like, we have like 2 minutes in your hand to give the answers. If you're jumping from the first question, so just remember that we do have enough time and there is less explanations. That we have to be very careful when you're giving the answers. Just don't give like a simple answers like yes or no, or like just one answer and just leave it and go to the next question up. It's not a good idea. You have to give the answer, just go for a little explanation, then go to the second one. So finally, if if there is a 3 or 4 questions, and fourth questions will be a question that you have to give the answer a little bit more extra time, that you need more time to explain. So if you are suddenly jumping from first question, second question, and third question, finally you are ending up with the third question, and there also you are struggling, and there you are explaining things very fast, means you're not going to make the 2 minutes properly. So 2 minutes, that's very important. Even you are less of like 10 seconds, that also a big matter. You can get penalized for that also. So you have to be very careful in that area. While you're explaining your cue card, do not, if you don't know the words, like the people are saying you have to use latest vocabulary and speaking this. If you don't know the words, how to use in a sentence, do not try to use it. Unnecessarily do not invite any kind of mistakes into your speaking test. I won't recommend that. If you know the word properly, if you know how to make it in a proper sentence, use it or take it off. Don't use it. You can use simple English and you can explain whatever you like to explain. When it comes to third part, that's a discussion topic, more of a discussion between the examiner and the student. Here you have to be very careful. There you have to use your talent a lot, because it's kind of a discussion. You have to use your imagination skills and the things what you know from your brain. You have to use all the skills, you have to use all the information from your brain here in this discussion part. Discussion part is very important. So if there in discussion part, we do get questions like just not a simple question. So they always associated with mostly the 2 questions. Once they ask the question, they do have another questions again with that. So in that case, you have to go with the first answer first and the second answer second. So you have to use kind of a general knowledge in this, and there's a lot of possibility of explaining the things what you know, and you can talk whatever you would like to talk in this session at the same time. Some of the questions are future related questions and present related questions. In those cases, you can explain whatever you like to explain regarding the topic. It's kind of assessing your language. There's no kind of restrictions that you have to talk the exact thing and you have to talk very related things to that. At the same time, there should be some sort of relative ideas as well at the same time. So remember all this aside, and try to make the speak interestingly. Like, do not speak very confusing language or very confusing ideas. Even the examiner also will get distracted because of the way you speak. So give a clear idea. You should be thoughtful about your ideas. Just don't give like rubbish ideas, like especially in the discussion part. So always imagine things, always think what you speak, then talk. That is very important actually. So these are all the little tips that you can get use of while you're doing the IELTS exam. It's a very simple exam. It's just assessing your language skills. So you don't have to worry about much of the latest vocabularies and the latest sentence making, stuff like that. So it's just assessing your exam, your language skills. You have to, either you can use the simple English, or if you like to use the complex way of sentence making and stuff like that, you can use it, but you have to be very careful, or you have to be very confident about yourself if you're doing that. Moreover, it's kind of a confidence. You must need to have a greater confidence in front of the examiner. You have to face an examiner and you have to talk in front of an examiner. So always make a beautiful eye contact with the examiner and have a very good rapport with the examiner and do the exam really well. So I think this video will help you a little bit related to your IELTS speaking test. There are a lot of videos on the way. If you'd like to know more about different aspects of IELTS, you can just come to my YouTube channel, subscribe, and just wait for the latest video.